Okay, there's a ton of new posts, a ton of new headlines. The newspapers are covering it. The news is covering it. The builders associations are putting it out. Guess what? They say, you know what? Construction in Southern Ontario of residential homes, particularly to buy, is in a terrible, depressed state. It is bad as can be. Hey, didn't some fat guy say that like a year ago? We've been talking about it for a year, but now finally, when things get really bad, everybody starts to jump in. So that's what we got now. So some of it is like off the charts wild. So let's just take condos, for example. Our favorite whipping boy, the dog crate condos. Someday I'll tell you the story about the word where whipping boy came from. But anyway, the dog crate condos, and we know how bad that is. But and I've said like maybe over the last year 300 times that there's no longer any new high-rise condominiums being built in Southern Ontario. They're getting finished. Sure, ones that started 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, they're getting finished. Of course they are, but there's no new ones, no new holes in the ground to start building these condos. So a record low of like 30 years was hit. 138 brand new condo units, new construction condo units sold. So people signed contracts and gave deposits for something that's going to be built in, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. And that number is probably actually in 1 month, in the month of May. So, but that number really is probably 0 or 10 or 15 or something, because here's the thing. Some of those people were signing up these contracts for buildings that have got 250 units in them and 150 units, 300 units, whatever, big projects. And maybe you have to get to like 75% sold. So if somebody has 250 units and you bought the 15th one, and that counts against the month, and then 7-8 months later, they've only sold 40 units, they're just going to give you your money back and cancel the contracts, because you need this huge number to get to the point where we can start to build this big high-rise condo, and they'll never get there. They'll just never, ever hit the number. So yeah, that's the reality. Is pretend you're 138, but nope, maybe 0, maybe 15, maybe 22, which is crazy. So this wilder and wilder. So in low-rise homes, like that's your single family, that's your semis, that's your freehold townhomes. In all of the GTA, which is 6.7 million people, there were only 200 of those sold. Now, those are all sold more or less sort of individually, not necessarily the freehold condos, but certainly the semis and the singles, they're sold individually, and you can sort of start construction and be finished in 18 months or 14 months or something. 200 of those. 200? Like 200 of those in 1 month for 6.7 million people? That is a collapse. It is a complete collapse in the construction industry. Rentals doing okay. We're still building multifamily rentals. That's still going on. But for houses to buy, just 200 in the whole of the GTA in a month. That's just, if you start to run that out to a year, I mean, holy mackerel. That is a super crazy low, insanely low number. So yes, it is tremendously bad. And suddenly all of these associations and commentators and all of the industry talking heads are starting to say, wow, this is as bad as 1990. Yeah, 1990 was a great GTA real estate bubble collapsed and prices fell dramatically. Condo prices fell by the final end about 6 years later. They'd fallen about 36 to 38%. Single family fell 25%. So it was a crash. They're talking about how this constant reduction in new home sales, new construction home sales, is worse than 1990. In 1990, it went just straight down for 6 months and started to level off. In today, 2025, it's going down straight down for 8 months, like from the start of last year, and it shows no sign of leveling off. So yeah, bad. It's really bad. And it's especially bad when you think about it. It's probably 8 to 10 times easier to build a home. 1990, trust me, easier. So much faster permitting, not 24 reports. Land was so much cheaper. Municipalities were so much easier to get you started. Like, it's so hard today, and there's no sales. There's no pre-sales. So what could fix it? It's a reasonable question. What could suddenly or even gradually try to get this back to a version of normal? Because this is like multi-decade lows. So could a tariff deal do it? Yeah, tariff deal, Canada and the US making a very acceptable tariff deal. That might get things going again. Lower rates, I don't know. Lower rates are pretty low, 4%. If you look historically, 3.99 is a terrific rate, and rates have come down so much. They were in the sixes, just two years ago. So they've come down a lot. Pent-up demand? Yeah, there is pent-up demand. Like, people are looking at buying a house, and they just, it's just too weird right now. Too much volatility, too much uncertainty, too much going on in the world, too much economic concerns. By the way, not every province. I mean, like, Quebec's construction industry has been going pretty well. So's Alberta. Slowing down a touch now, particularly in the condo side. It's like the condos are a virus that's going across Canada. But the truth is that nothing is going to effectively fix the profound dog crate condo pricing problem. If you've bought a condo that's 500 square feet, that's going to come up in completion in the next month or later in the year or next year, if you bought this 500 square foot dog crate condo pre-construction, you've waited your 6 years, you've got your 20% deposit in, you paid $715,000 for that. You don't want to close. The pricing is so wrong. It's like out by $200,000. I mean, you can't even, everybody tells you, no, it's crazy. You're going to lose thousands and thousands on the rent. You're going to, the minute you close, if you close at that purchase price, you're going to lose $200,000. Don't do it. That's going to be a compelling, unmanageable problem for many more months. So that horrible dog crate condo disaster that we're experiencing, will it seep through everywhere else? It really hasn't massively, except to stop construction of everything. So the construction of houses to buy in the GTA is dead. And will it get better soon? I think we have to get over some of these pricing mistakes first. Then we'll see.